Hello and welcome to I Can Do Better Sustainability Stories with me, Emma Jane Batey. Today I am super pleased to say hello to Matt Hammonds. He is the co founder of a family business based in Oregon called the Full Leaf Tea Company, which he founded over 12 years ago in 2014. Matt Hammonds is very proud to bring joy and sustainability, which are two of his favorite things, to tea and relationships. Today, Matt's here talking about his core values, which have combined to create this brand that he and his family are super proud of. Hello, Matt. I'm really pleased to meet you. Thank you for joining me.
Great to meet you as well, Emma. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited for this.
Cool. Well, that's a good start. My first question is why tea? What is it about tea that motivated you to start the Full Leaf Tea Company, and how does that fit with what you dreamed of being when you were a child?
Yeah, so growing up, I was always kind of a weird kid. I'd read business books over anything else. I loved business. I love the idea of building things and just creating something that, can be long lasting and support a lot of people. So rewind a couple years before we started Full Leaf, my wife Lisa and I, we were both struggling a few years into our marriage, struggling financially, but we knew we wanted to start a business together. And at that time, I had started to switch from coffee to tea and just noticed how much better I felt. And not knocking coffee out there or anything, but just saying for me, I really felt a lot better, and we really started to kind of get into it. And when we were looking at businesses that we wanted to start, we wanted to do e-commerce. And so with that, shipping things lightweight's good, tea's lightweight, and we're like, we love tea. This is something we can really share with, the people we love and hopefully connect with new customers. And so that's how we kind of landed on tea. And then again, at the time, we were pretty much broke. So a lot of it was we kept our day jobs, worked till midnight every night, doing everything ourselves because we couldn't afford to hire anyone. And then we've just been building since then, just kind of one day at a time. And so that's really kind of what got us into it.
Awesome. Thank you. What role does packaging play in the Full Leaf Tea Company?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we have a consumable product, so it needs to be in packaging to keep its quality, keep its flavor, and make sure nothing gets into it. But one of the things I love about loose leaf tea that we only sell is so much with tea and tea bags. There's so much extra packaging that goes into tea bags. You'll have sometimes 3 layers of packaging for just one tea bag. And that's something I just always like, man, there's just so much waste there. And loose leaf to me, it's beautiful. I, love that you can look at it, see the leaves expand. And so that's been a really big focus for us. And then packaging as well. We've gone through a variety of different phases, but we've really focused, and this was about 5 or 6 years ago, on trying to get everything we can manufactured stateside. Just because, when I was looking at, hey, we're getting packaging from, overseas, and it's going on shipping containers, all these extra layers that go into just getting it here versus having something close, local. We also focus on it's recyclable. And for us, we're in Southern Oregon, and our packaging is manufactured in Portland, Oregon. So about a 4 hour car drive away from us. So that was kind of a big focus for us when it came to packaging.
I've found when I've interviewed various entrepreneurs over the years who have a sort of passion for a project and a product and they make it happen, they're often surprised of how much time they have to think about packaging the product rather than the product itself. Have you found that on your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. And anything with business that I've discovered as we've grown, there's a lot more details than you think there are when you're going through everything. There's a lot more decisions you have to make than you think you do. You think it's, hey, I'll pick a product, we'll sell it, we'll call it good. There's just so many more layers into it. And it can get really overwhelming, honestly. So one of the things we really focus on in here is just take one day at a time, improve every day, just a little bit each day. And that really helps build where you can be like, I have 50 decisions I need to make in the next week. I can't make any of them. So But yeah, packaging definitely, there's a lot more details to it than I ever thought there were going to be. And I'm no expert in it by any means, but I feel pretty confident with what we've done with Full Leaf and the packaging we've selected, that it's the best for keeping our products high quality, lasting, and also the least impact and the most sustainable that we can get.
You mentioned before about it being recyclable, and I also saw from your website about using biodegradable materials.
Mhm.
How have you come to those choices?
It's really, for me. I look at everything in my life. I want to make sure it's the least impactful it needs to be, on the environment. So biodegradable is awesome for our bags that hold the tea. We haven't quite found something that we think can last. But one of the things we do, because people still like their tea bags, so we have paper drawstring tea bags, but they are fully biodegradable. And so then that way people can still have their convenience, throw it in a cup, go out the door. But then they doesn't have to just go in the landfill afterwards. And tea, of course, is biodegradable as well. So having that kind of all in one thing. And I love hearing the stories we get from our customers about, hey, yeah, I love these tea bags. I compost them, do all these different things. And it's just awesome to hear.
So, how do you strike that balance between protecting the tea itself and using as little packaging or as sustainable packaging as possible?
Yeah, and it's kind of almost two opposing forces in a lot of ways, and that's always the balance you have to strike. And the way we look at it is loose leaf tea already is way more sustainable than bag tea, so we're already starting on off a good foot in that sense. So we really look at, yes, can you recycle this? Because so far the biodegradable bags we've had, we haven't found one that will really stand up and make it to where, hey, this is getting shipped, it's getting beat up, sometimes. And so it needs to be able to hold firm and be able to make sure that, tea doesn't fall out or the bag rips or anything like that.
So, when you say you haven't found anything, does that mean do you look for suppliers, or how are you finding what you want to find?
Yeah, we're actually in the middle right now of looking at different potential bag manufacturers. I feel like, when we found the current one we use, they were great. They were the best option, but things change all the time. So we're always looking for new options out there, and so that's actually a current process we're going through right now, is looking at sourcing different manufacturers that can maybe manufacture a better material, something maybe that can be biodegradable but also hold up. So that's a process we're currently going through right now, and I'll keep you posted if we find something good that way.
Yes, please. Yes, do. So, obviously, we're talking here about sustainability sort of underpinning a lot of your decisions there. What role does sustainability play for you, both in business and personally, in terms of how is it driven? Is it driven more by the legislation or your own personal views or consumer demand?
Um, there's definitely some consumer demand, but I have never had a request from a consumer that I'm like, yeah, no, that's what we strive to do already. For me personally, sustainability's always been a part of my life. Before we started tea, I was really into sustainable construction. I was a lead accredited professional, so it's really been a part of my life even before we started Full Leaf. And so everything I look at, I'm like, okay, how can we make this better? Lower impact, but also exactly what our customers want. So that's something I always look at both in our business and then personally as well too. And a lot of it's just kind of details. Like we're finishing our new building. We're going to be fully net zero, solar battery backup, and we installed two car chargers on our building as well, just to help encourage our employees. Hey, if you get the chance, you can get an electric car and you charge here for free. Things like that we try to do just to incentivize and kind of help people make the right decisions as well.
Fantastic. So, how are you striking that very difficult balance of being commercial and being sustainable?
Yeah, it's tough, and I'm gonna be the first to say I never get it right. I'm never right on everything. It's always kind of a balance, and sometimes I go too far one way. I'm like, hey, I love that, but now our profit's slipping, so we need to look at a different balance to this because our ultimate responsibility in here is to the people and the families that work with us. We need to support them. We need to support their families, and that's honestly the ultimate sustainability for business. The longer the business stays around, the bigger impact we can have. And so that's always first and foremost. But I find, if you really try to get creative, you can kind of have both ways and in a lot of different ways. So we're always trying to get creative on how can we make the sustainable choice while also staying profitable and being able to, be around for our hope is this business is around for generations.
Absolutely. I saw on your website a line that I really liked, and it says, "Every cup matters." What does that mean to you, and how do you use that phrase in your business life?
Yeah, to me, it means every little detail, every step, everything we do matters, and we look at everything in here is, there's no home runs in business or in life. It's just, one of my favorite quotes is, "It takes 10 years to become an overnight success," and that's kind of the way we look at everything in here. It's like just a little bit each day. Let's get a little bit better. Let's improve this a little bit, and that's kind of what it comes back to. Every cut matters. Every little thing we do matters, and it compounds over time in every way, whether it's sustainability, whether it's business, whether it's life.
So, how does sustainability influence your life outside of work?
Um, Really kind of in every way. We're always looking at different ways personally that we can obviously reduce our impact, in whether it's going to local growers markets and things along those lines. That my wife and I have a 12-year old daughter. We also even have a office garden here that we're always working on and stuff like that. So really everything in life I just love, like, hey, what can we do to be self-sufficient and reduce impacts anywhere that we are.
So, are you saying it's more like a lead by example kind of way of living sustainably? Because it seems like that influence, like you say about the electric chargers for your employees, you're making it that they can be more sustainable rather than just do as I say.
Absolutely. Yes. We are very much a family atmosphere in here. And in everything my wife and I do, it's not like by dictatorship. It's like, hey, we think this would be great. If you want to do it, great. And we're always giving different opportunities for our employees to do different things that can improve their lives as well in a variety of ways, whether it's improving their how they do finances. We have a fully paid for financial advisor for all of our employees here. Different things like that. We always just want to give the opportunities that maybe we didn't get when we were younger, and be able to set them on the right path, whether it be sustainability, environmentally, financially, and everything that goes with it.
You mentioned before about your early career in sustainable construction,
Mhm.
and then like the solar panels and how you're building your business now. Um, Having now had full leaf tea for over 10 years,
Mhm.
well over 10 years now, are you finding that those kind of pieces of your past are kind of jigsawing together to help build something that you're proud of?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice because yeah, when we were looking at solar, it wasn't something like I don't understand this. And a lot of business owners understandably just avoid things that they're not comfortable with or don't understand, and they just deal with what's in front of them each day. So a lot of that experience that I have made it a lot easier for me to be, no, 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 I know we can do this solar system here, and we can use this HVAC system instead of this one, and this lighting instead of this. So it allowed me to be, knowledgeable and pick everything the right way when it came to our new building versus just relying on hopefully the contractor or architect, will push us in the right direction.
It's nice to feel like you can trust yourself rather than only having to take other people's advice.
Yes, absolutely.
How do you think the subject of sustainability from your perspective and your professional sphere will evolve over the next 10 years, 20 years?
Well, that's a good question. I look at everything as really in that moment of time. Is this the best way to do it? Are there better alternatives? I don't. I never feel like I have all the answers, so I'm always open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. And especially as we get, more and more employees here, we're up to 46 employees right now. They also have ideas that I've never even thought of. And so I think that's what's important in sustainability is be open to evolve. The best ideas today are probably not the best ideas 5 years from now. And so not being stuck and this is the way it's going to be, I think is really important for sustainability. Be flexible, be open to any new thing, any new changes that come out that could be better than what you did before.
Well, that leads me to my final question then, please, Matt. Could you tell me if there's something or some things that you do in your daily life, whether it's at work or in your home life, that could help others to do better in their own lives?
Um, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, I think really kind of what I was talking about before. I think what would help most people is just be open to new ideas, new ways of doing things. I think that's one of the most important things because we get very rigid, in what we do, and the longer we do things, it's hard to make those changes. So be open. Don't look at anything in any other way as does this make more sense and can I do it? I always try to remove any politics or anything out of whether it be sustainability or anything we do. And it's just like, let's just look at it objectively. Does it make more sense or not? And be open to being wrong.
That's very wise words to finish on. Thank you very much. Matt, I really, really appreciate your time today. It's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure talking with you, Emma, and look forward to talking to you again sometime.
Absolutely. Let's keep in touch. Bye bye.
Sounds good. Bye.